My name is Alex. I'm a senior at Ridgeview High School in a small mountain town in Colorado. I'm writing this from my bedroom at 3:10 a.m. because I haven't been sleeping much since Saturday night. I need to put everything down exactly as it happened. Maybe writing it out will help me understand it, or at least leave a record in case something worse comes. The four of us have been friends since sophomore year: me, Ryan, Emily, and Josh. We're all 18 now, getting ready for graduation in a few weeks. Ryan's family has money from his dad's construction business. They own this big old house on the edge of town that was built back in the 1940s. Their grandparents lived there until they passed away. The house has been mostly empty for years. Ryan's parents keep it locked, but sometimes use it for storage. Last Friday after school, we were hanging out at the diner like usual. It was raining and cold, and none of us wanted to go home. Ryan mentioned the old house and said we should go explore the attic sometime. He remembered finding some cool stuff up there when he was younger. We all agreed it sounded better than sitting around doing nothing. Emily brought up that she had a history project due soon, and old houses might have interesting things for extra credit. Josh just wanted to do something different. We drove over there around 8 p.m. Ryan had the key. The house is 2 stories with a big front porch and tall windows. Inside, it smelled like dust and old wood. The electricity still works, but the lights are dim and flicker sometimes. We went straight up to the attic, using the pull-down ladder in the hallway. The attic was exactly what you would expect. Low ceiling, exposed beams, and boxes stacked everywhere. Dust covered everything so thick that our sneakers left clear footprints. We used our phone flashlights and started opening boxes. Most of it was old clothes, newspapers from the 80s, and broken furniture. Then Josh found a small wooden chest pushed against the far wall under a couple of old tarps. The wood was dark and had metal corners. We dragged it out into the middle where we could see better. Inside were stacks of yellow papers, some old reading glasses with cracked lenses, a few black and white photos of people we didn't recognize, and one plain leather book at the bottom. No title on the cover, no author name. The pages were thick and filled with handwriting. Emily sat down and started reading parts of it out loud. The writer was a man named Captain Harlan, who lived in the area in 1947. He wrote about daily life after the war, the weather, and some things about the mountains. But toward the end, the tone changed. He described finding something in the lower ranges of the hills that he said should never be named. Then he wrote out step-by-step instructions for what he called a ritual. It involved drawing a circle 7 feet across, placing black candles at north, south, east, and west, speaking certain words at specific times, and using blood as an offering. It said that it could be used to contact spirits. We sat there for a while reading it. Ryan read some of the words in his normal voice. They sounded strange, like a mix of regular English and words that were hard to say right. Josh laughed and said it was probably some old guy's idea of a joke or a made-up ghost story. Emily pointed out the last warning on the page. Do not complete the circle. Do not speak the final name. The door only opens one way. We talked about it for maybe 20 minutes. Josh kept pushing the idea that we should try it on Saturday night. He said it would be funny and something to remember before we all graduated and went our separate ways. Emily was hesitant at first, but said if we followed the instructions carefully, it might be interesting. I didn't want to be the only one saying no, so I agreed. We took clear pictures of every page with our phones. Before leaving, we stopped at Walmart and bought a pack of black candles, some red string, and a small pocket knife. Saturday night felt normal at first. We met at Ryan's regular house, ate pizza, and played some video games. Around 1 a.m., we drove out to the old house. The town was quiet, and the mountain air was cold. Inside the house, we moved some old chairs and a table out of the way in the main downstairs room. Ryan drew the circle on the wood floor using chalk and some ash from the fireplace, measuring it carefully with a tape measure to make it exactly 7 feet across. Emily placed the candles at the 4 directions and lit them. We sat inside the circle on the floor. At 2:45 a.m., we started reading the words exactly as written. Ryan took the first section. His voice was steady. Emily read the second part. Josh read the third. I read the final instructions. Then came the blood part. We each pricked our left index finger with the pocket knife and let 3 drops fall into a small metal bowl we brought from home. While doing that, we each said one syllable of the final name. The book had been clear that we should not combine the syllables into the full name, but after we each did our part, Josh spoke the complete name anyway. He shrugged and said it was probably nothing. After completing the ritual, we waited for several minutes, but nothing happened. We were already discussing how it was a dumb, fake ritual and a waste of time. Josh said we should call it a day and get home. That was when the candles changed. The flames turned blue for about 5 or 6 seconds, then returned to normal orange. The temperature in the room dropped fast. We could see our breath clearly. A low humming started somewhere under the floorboards. It was steady, like a machine running far away. Then came 3 distinct knocks on the floor, right in the center of the circle. The sound was solid, like knuckles hitting wood from underneath. We all stopped talking. Ryan asked if anyone was messing with us. No one was. The knocks continued. They moved slowly across the floor toward the edge of the circle, then started going up the wall. We could hear them clearly on the plaster. After reaching the top of the wall, they moved across the ceiling directly above our heads. Emily said quietly that she felt like something was standing right behind her. I felt the same heavy feeling on the back of my neck, like someone staring. We decided it was time to stop. Ryan stood up first and stepped over the chalk line. The second his foot touched the floor outside the circle, all candles went out at exactly the same moment, except one, and the wall behind that candle started to ooze out thick, dark blood. The room went almost dark. Our phone flashlights were still on, but the light seemed weaker. In that darkness, we heard a voice. It came from the far corner of the room near the old clock. It said in a groany, ancient voice, "I want your blood. I want your blood. I want your blood," 3 times. Hearing that made our skin crawl. We all panicked and ran for the front door. We tripped over furniture on the way out. Once we reached Ryan's car, we drove straight back to town. Nobody said much during the drive. We dropped everyone off at their houses and went home. That was 3 nights ago. On Sunday, we texted in our group chat, trying to act normal, but we knew we were in some trouble. All that happened in that house. We just hoped whatever that was will stay in that house and not come after us. To lighten the mood, Josh sent some memes about ghost hunters. Emily said she had homework to catch up on. I tried to focus on a school project, but kept thinking about the blood in the house. Monday at school, everything seemed regular. We had classes, lunch together, and talked about normal stuff like college applications and the upcoming baseball game. Ryan mentioned he slept okay. None of us brought up the ritual during the day. Tuesday morning changed things. Ryan sent a photo in the group chat around 7 a.m. It showed his back in the bathroom mirror. There were 3 long, straight scratches running from his left shoulder down toward his waist. They looked deep and red, like something with claws had raked across his skin. He said he woke up with them, and there was a little blood on his sheets. He's living alone in his house this week because his parents are out of town for work. He also don't have any pets. Later that afternoon, Emily called me from the school parking lot. Her voice was tired. She said she heard breathing under her bed the night before. It sounded slow and steady, like an older man breathing. She was terrified, but after mustering some courage, she looked under. There was no one, but 3 blood-red lines under her bed. She said that she cannot stay there anymore. She asked if she could stay at my house for a couple nights. My parents said it was fine, so she's been sleeping in our guest room since then. She brought her school books, and we tried to study together, but neither of us could focus. Josh did not show up to school on Tuesday or today. His phone goes straight to voicemail. After school today, I walked to his house.
His mom answered and said he had been sick in his room all day and didn't want visitors. I waited until she went to the kitchen and slipped upstairs. His bedroom door was open. He was sitting on the bed with a crazed look in his eyes, staring at the dark closet in front of him. I called out his name. He did not look at me. He was still staring at the dark closet like someone was there. Then he looked in my direction. His lips escaped a creepy smile. It spooked me out. I did not stick there any longer. Slipped out of his house and ran home. Told Emily everything. Her face dimmed and she was visibly shaking. For me, the changes started Monday night. When I brush my teeth and look in the mirror, I see a tall shape standing behind me in the reflection. It's darker than the rest of the room and taller than any person should be. When I turn around fast, there's nothing there. The feeling stays, though. Sometimes I catch the smell of wet pine trees and something like old dried blood, even when all the windows are closed. Last night, I tried to search on the internet about the ritual. Found out it was an ancient ritual performed to call spirits. If performed incorrectly, evil spirits can escape through the spirit door created by the ritual. Once they escape, there is no way to stop them. After reading that, I really felt defeated. It is now 4:05 a.m. I can hear 3 soft knocks coming from inside my closet door. They are slow and patient. Emily just sent a text from the guest room saying something is standing at the foot of her bed. She can hear it breathing in the same rhythm as her. Ryan texted a few minutes ago that the scratches on his back are deeper tonight and more have appeared on his arms. He says they do not hurt. We are planning to go back to the old house after school today. We need to find the original leather book and burn it completely. Maybe say some of the words backward or try to undo the circle. I don't know if any of that will work or if the door is already open too wide. If you are in high school and you ever find an old leather book with no title that describes a ritual with a circle and blood and warnings about not finishing the name, do not try it. Take the book outside and burn it right away. Do not take pictures. Do not read the words out loud. Just get rid of it. We thought it would be a fun, stupid thing to do on a Saturday night before graduation. 4 friends messing around in an old house. It was not fun. It was not a game. I can hear that same groany, ancient voice whispering from under my bed right now, quiet and clear. Alex, your blood was the tastiest. I want more.